Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your humble hosts, Matt McGregor and the Tone Vase. Good morning, mate. How are you? 98K, here to stay.
Morning. Morning. Yeah, the price is doing really well. We got a lot to discuss today. It's Friday, and maybe we might have to do a show this weekend. I'm flying Sunday. No, never mind. I'm flying Sunday, not Monday. Yeah, so no, we're good. We're good for the next show Monday. And yeah, lots and lots to discuss. I'll let you go ahead and start, and then I may have to enter the market here today. I didn't want to, but I may have to because the charts are, contradicting my opinions. And what do we do when your charts contradict your opinions? Do you go with opinions or do you go with the charts?
You pivot. Yeah, you do a pivot. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans out there. I hope you have a wait. It's Thanksgiving. Is it
It was
still
yesterday.
Thanksgiving? It's
No, it was
yesterday.
yesterday. It was
Black
yesterday, yeah.
Friday. Black Friday, right?
Black Friday is today. Yeah, I got to do a lot of shopping today.
Happy Black Friday to all you guys out there. All right, let's go into the charts. Hell. Let's do it. Crikey. Starting on the daily time frame. I know we'll start on the weekly time frame because it's the end of the week. Let's do that. Let's do that and work our way down. We've been working our way up, work our way down. Bang. I'm really happy to see this as a green candle. This is really exciting stuff. And it leads the door open very, I mean, obviously leaves the door open for a green star next candle, obviously. But it not only does it leave it open for a green candle, it can leave it open to a green candle above a green one candle, which is even better, actually. And as I go down the time frames, I'll mention that exactly what we recap what we said yesterday, but it's not you can't see it here on the weekly time frame, but just a good look here. Let's have a look. This is the interesting thing about oscillators, guys, and this is when you're trying to build your own bots, and I hope you do the thing called repainting, right? How much we were talking about this EXA, Socrates' EXA crossing on this weekly time frame. It was basically being the theme of the week that we could go into consolidation if this EXA crosses here, it crosses here. It's not a good look when it's so high up and crosses. And I was concerned about it, right? It's no longer crossed. If we go back and use the bar replay function, you'll see this thing was big time crossed early in the week in the dip. It's no longer crossed anymore. So all that shit goes out the window. It's not crossed anymore, right? We look good. We look damn good once again. And this 10% correction was a 10% correction. No problem, right? So let's move on down the time frame and see what it looks like on the daily. The daily looks for me even better than the weekly. It looks really nice. And tomorrow's going to be really interesting. It is going into the weekend, obviously, but I mean, we're flirting with a daily all-time high close as it stands right now, right? I think there's Tone said before the show, tongue in cheek, and I'm probably going to be guilty of it as well, that we were so bearish here. In our trading positions, we were so bearish. I accept if somebody says that you were bearish here and then you got bullish the day after. I accept that criticism. That's a fair enough assessment. We were concerned here, and we're no longer as concerned. It is what it is. 3 days later, I'm no longer as concerned as I was right here for a pullback. Here, I was looking for a pullback. Just to reiterate, here I am no longer looking for a pullback. That's trading. That's I'll admit that. EXA is crossing on the daily time frame. Looks really nice. Nice down low cross here. I'm not getting much here from the EMA. Yeah, we pull back in, we're pulling back up. I don't know. There's nothing for me to say on the EMA. All the other oscillators on the daily time frame, totally fine. 4 hour time frame on yesterday's show, I said, let's have a look where we were. I was short through here, long through here, and close that trade last night around here. And I said, this looks like that classic. It could go either way. It's a no trade zone. This is a recap of yesterday's show. This could be a classic dump, a retouch of the breakout where the dump started to get liquidity, for people to sell the rest of their position that they didn't sell through this period. That was a fair assessment, okay? And it started to look like that was correct last night in the show. The show was probably around here last night, right? That was true. And I said, I'm not bullish until 97,000, because then once we clear this range, then I'm completely bullish. It looks fantastic to the upside. But while we're down here, I'm concerned that this is just a throwback to the breakout and we've got more downside on the table. More downside on the table for me could have been a point in the 94, 93 zone to put in a higher low. That would be what I'd be looking for next. Otherwise, if we were to break that lower 91,000, I'd be looking for a green diamond on the weekly or something down here. But the third option happened, that we came back up, reclaimed 97, and have kicked on. That's three options that I saw on the table, and the best possible option occurred. And on this candle right here, which I hate when you say here, on the MRI green star on the 4-hour time frame at 95,947, I went monstrously long. As long as I've been 10x long, as long as I've been for the last 6 months. It's a massive position, an absolute goat of a position. So I'm feeling really, real satisfied right now. I just rolled over all the profits that I'd made in the last few months into a big banging trade, got fully entered. It was in great profit, came back down, was looking a bit questionable, but I had a cat nap and was totally missed this, so I was really lucky. I probably would have got out of the position here, but didn't, and now it's feeling great. So locked and loaded on a 4-hour time frame. Brilliant, brilliant. Let's just go to the 15-minute and review what BangBox did today. It did have a trade on today, which was disappointing now that the price has gone up, but it was a sensible trade. Entered the trade right here, the same spot I entered from in my big trade as well. I followed BangBox on this trade, immediately went underwater, came up, first take profit at 96,117, second take profit at 96,450, came up and then came back and closed the trade at break even. So be it. Didn't reset, and the price just went fucking parabolic. Bad trade. Probably overall didn't lose money, but this is just it. Not a dangerous trade. BangBox has got safety in mind here, so it was okay. All right, I'm coming back to you now, Tone. I got to get over this cough. What? Bitcoin's going up. It's going up, looking fantastic. Please like and subscribe. Last day to sign up for Blowfin there. The link's in the description below to get that great sign up bonus. We've always got a great sign up bonus there for BitGet as well. Join the Discord group. It's absolutely humming. Sign up for the free trading service, the free bots that we have. Why not? Description below. Tone, happy Friday. What is it? It looks great to me. What are you seeing?
It does absolutely look great. Let me go to the charts.
What kind of profit are you in right now on this trade? This must be at 30% already. Jesus Christ. 25.
Okay. So let's start with the higher level time frames. My first target, my lowest target on anything is at 103,000, let's say. Let's round up. And we're very likely to hit it. We're actually very likely to hit it this year, here in December, maybe even in, over the weekend, but there'll be a big but coming later. So weekly chart. This is actually the perfect weekly candle, because in order to get a green star candle, I need two requirements. Okay, so this is where if I go to the MRI settings, my two requirements are trend change close condition and trend change extreme condition. Okay, so what does that mean? Trend change close condition, and I set that as first candle. Okay, the first candle in this case, it's supposed to be actually I gotta double check my own code. It's either the first candle here, candle number 1, or I usually have this as a last candle. 1 second. Let me just double check my own settings. Should have thought this through. Is there a last? No, there's no last candle here. Here. Continuation of trend change close condition. So I actually don't have these set. Let me see something here. No, it does show up. So this is a continuation. So over here, I would put last candle. And over here, continuation of trend change, extreme condition, prior candle. So what does that mean? That means that in order for me to get a green star on the next candle, I need two requirements. One requirement is that we're trading above the close of the last candle of the prior MRI trend, which ends right here on the MRI top. So we need to be trading higher than this candle's close, which is last week's close, which is 97,964. And we need to trade above the current candle's high, which at the moment is 98,883, but it can obviously go higher since we still have 2 more days to go besides, 12 hours today or 8 hours today, whatever is left in the trading day, about 12 hours, about 10 hours, something like that. So it is very likely that we're heading to break it. However, this is a holiday weekend. Volumes are low. Trading volume on the weekend is lower. Last weekend or the weekend before, it popped a lot over the weekend. I didn't expect it 2 weeks in a row. So I am still not crazy optimistic that there's going to be massive buy volume coming in over the next 72 hours before Monday. But I'm not going to take that chance. So I'll talk more about that in a minute. This is my allocation chart. And I really want to wait till past 11 a.m. I want us to get past the 10 a.m. reversal. We're already a little bit past the 10 a.m. reversal. We are at the highs. It is 10:15 a.m. If we are still trading above 98,000 after 11 a.m., I will most likely enter some small bullish position. There's no way I'm going 100% long. That is not going to happen. But something in the 25% range, only because I don't want to miss out. I don't want to have, I don't want zero exposure in case I'm wrong here, because obviously the price is trending up. I have no intention of going 100% long until I get my green stars. When do the green stars show up? Well, the daily green star can show up tomorrow, and the weekly green star can show up on Sunday night. But since I'm trading traditional markets and ETFs, I don't have an option to enter the trade tomorrow, and I don't have an option to enter the trade Sunday night. I gotta wait till like Monday afternoon or Monday morning after the market opens. So I want some bullish exposure, and we still haven't broken 100. Tone Vase has still not been proven wrong. The only thing is, I am now above where I exited. But I really don't mind that, because look what I avoided. I avoided this panic and potentially, cutting bait and selling, down here below 91, which is what usually happens to most traders. Most traders miss a good exit, and then they panic at the worst possible time, and then they think trading is rigged against them. Okay? See, I don't think trading is rigged against me. I got out near the top. It would have been a better exit had I not been flying so much around the world. And now I'm entering a little slightly higher than that. I would still like to see a pullback, but remember, oh shit, I did that again. Remember what I said about like this kind of box? I want to see consolidation above 96,000 to get in. Another way is if we blow right through it and we're breaking and we're sniffing the all-time highs. Okay, that's another reason to get in. And then, but I'm not going to get in 100%. And now, this was an arrow that I had. These I can now erase because they're just cluttering my charts. So what do I think is going to happen now? Well, either we're going to blow through 100K and keep going higher without any pullback, or we get that final pullback this weekend back into that 96 range and then go up from there. And this is where I'm going to re-enter the rest of my position, or I re-enter it on Monday. But if we are continuing to trade above 98,000 going into the afternoon, see, or the market, actually, no, today's a half day. So I think the markets close at 1 p.m. Shit, let me check that. What time do markets close Black Friday? One p.m. Okay, so if we are trading above 98,000 between I would say between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Like unless there's a catastrophic crash in the next hour, I will be entering somewhere between 20 and 30%. I'm probably going to do this with options. And because now that I have options trading, and this is probably what I'm going to spend the rest of my afternoon, just like identifying and seeing the option volumes and what expirations I have to work with here. And I'm probably going to be, putting on a couple of trades with the ETFs in the long Bitcoin position. And I really don't mind exiting. Oh, I keep doing that. I really don't mind exiting where I did. And look, I want Bitcoin to be bullish. I want it to go to 300,000, right? And this is a really good structure. It had a pretty good pullback. It reached my minimum requirement of a pullback. There was a minimum and a maximum. The maximum was down to 71. The minimum was down to 90 and change. You see this blue line that I had. And then I have my intermediate, which is anywhere in the 80s. That's my intermediate, anywhere between those. And just like when I called the top in 2017, I became bearish at around 16,000 after it reached 19,000. Well, by the time it was hitting 16,000, I announced the bear market is here. I have my minimum pullback and my maximum pullback. My minimum pullback was down to $5,000. And when it broke $5,000 and went to 3, that's when people started paying attention to my bearish calls. And I had my maximum pullback of 1,500, 13 to 1,500. That was my maximum. And then there was a middle of the road, which is 3,000. And that's where we found ultimate bottom, right? But was I bearish at 3,000? Yeah, 100%, right? Was I bearish right here at the low at 90? Yeah, 100%. Of course I was bearish. I wasn't bearish enough to be short, but I was bearish. We have a red star candle on a daily. We're just in the beginning of the 1 to 4 weekly correction. The only thing that saved us, and I even said it, was the 4-hour MRI buy. And I said, hey, the 4-hour MRI buy should reverse us for at least 1 to 4 candles, and then we'll reevaluate. And then look at the 5th candle of the reversal, and you're like, okay, looks like we're bullish now. And now I was looking for a pullback to probably not even break these lows, and we never even got the pullback. And because we never got the pullback, it means we are stronger than I thought we were. We are now breaking the MRI resistance line. We only have 40 minutes left in this candle. If this candle closes us above the MRI resistance line on the 4-hour chart, this would be what, the 5th highest 4-hour close, something like that, right? So let's see here. Right here, if the price of Bitcoin in 40 minutes is above $99,000, it will be the 3rd highest 4-hour close.
What's
And
the
that's
highest,
bullish.
mate? What's the highest? Can you just see what that MRI top is?
Ironically, on an MRI top, the highest is 99,227.
It's
Not
possible,
sure.
dude. I think that's really possible.
Oh, of
Real.
course. Yeah. So the chart's bullish again. And like this candle proves it. The last 4 hour candle, the last 4 hour candle didn't really solidify it for me. It's this one. It's the current two 1 hour candles. Wait for the MRI to load. I have a feeling there's an MRI top right now on the 1 hour chart. It's coming, right? The MRI 1 hour chart's coming. Look at the last time we had a 1 hour MRI top. Actually, that's not the last time. The last time we had a 1 hour MRI top, we still pulled back. We started pulling back the candle earlier. So there was a 1% pullback with the last MRI top on the 1 hour. And there was a 3% pullback on the time prior. So be careful with the MRI top that's coming up. And honestly, we could have already topped here between the 10 a.m. reversal and between the hourly MRI top coming up, just like what happened back here late last night, New York time. We broke the 1 hour MRI resistance zone and we topped on basically the seventh candle, started to go down. We're on the seventh candle now. I think there is a short-term top here on the 1 hour, which is why I'm not rushing into my trade. I really don't want to enter until past 11 a.m. And it's 10:20 right now. So I'm giving it a little more time. I don't care if it goes higher. It's fine for me because the market's not going to trade over the weekend. I'm going to want some bullish exposure, but I'm going to wait until Monday to be 100% long or 300% long. I got options now, right? I can go leverage long now.
Can I show you something? It's
Yeah, you're up.
my my team's gonna hate this because they're gonna hate that I'm mentioning this on air, but I'm just so excited. I'm gonna this is gonna be the
The new
root.
bot, the new MRI inspired bot.
Yeah, it's gonna be the root of my weekend that I'm bringing this up. It's in beta right now, but you know what fucking
It's all
devs are
right. Your
like.
team, your team don't watch you on YouTube, just like my family never watches me on YouTube.
Well, I wish that was true. All right, I mean this is what the MRI bot is going to be. Like the entry was right here, initial stop loss in place. The stop loss moved up. Two take profits have already pulled out, and we're just locked and loaded in this trade. It looks brilliant. I'm so excited to bring it. It's going to be more of a swing bot than a scalping bot, but in 36 minutes, this thing's going to move up to in profit and break even regardless. So that's all. That's it. I'm getting off the screen. It's coming. We're possibly a week away. It's done. My end's done anyway. It looks really great.
It would be kind of cool if we broke 100K today. Should I pull up the Instagram channel where I will be like all late afternoon, potentially celebrating this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right
Do it.
there?
It's really good. People are in a good mood. Let's do it.
I want to go to their Instagram. I don't want to go to my Instagram. Hold on.
Just while you're pulling it up, guys, I got a lot of new people added me on Instagram. You're all welcome. It's alpha alpha dot BLKBöX alpha dot blackbox. Come and join. Why not? Why not?
Oh wait,
If you,
wait, I wasn't on screen share. Okay, good.
I'll follow
So
you back.
I'm gonna promote a place, even though it's so hard to get a reservation there, dude. You gotta like go, you gotta like reserve like multiple days in advance, as if I know where I'm gonna be a few days later. So I'm gonna be here. It's a new bathhouse that opened up in Manhattan because I'm here visiting family, and then I'm off back home to Miami and then Panama on Sunday. But yeah, if anyone happens to be here, and it's pretty much all booked out, like good luck getting a reservation for today. I mean, maybe it's like 3 spots left, and this is where I'm gonna be all afternoon. So I won't have my phone on me either. That's the other thing, right? Like you can't bring your phone into this place, so it will be in the locker. But yeah, but this is where I'm gonna be. Probably from around 3-4 p.m. all the way to like 9 p.m. or something, and then I'll grab some food. So yeah, so this is it's really, really cool place. One of my new favorite places in New York City. It's really cool.
You're a lot fancier than me, time.
All right.
All right, let's
Great
wind her
ones
up.
in the Yep.
Traditional gold, traditional markets How are we looking?
Yeah, hey, people asked about this chart yesterday, and I thought there was something interesting about this. So I took a look and I did something that I've never seen anybody else do. I wanted to see how much lower the last two peaks were from the prior peaks. So if we take a percentage of how much lower was the 2017 peak versus the 2013 peak, you
Right.
see that it peaked 66% lower. And then if we do the same thing of how much lower was the 2021 peak versus the 2017 peak, you see that it's similar 70% lower. So these are your diminishing returns. So if we are 70% lower this time again, that's a bit unfortunate, right? Even if I take the 65% lower, that only puts us at $150,000. So that's a little depressing that in the last two peaks, based on the diminishing returns of peak versus peak, 150 is in line with how much lower the last peak was to its prior peak. So something to keep in mind. I think we're going to go higher. Personally, I think that the last peak should have been greater than 68,000. I thought the last peak should have got us into the 80s, which is where it should have been. I think the China ban kind of slowed things down for us. But if it was going into the 80s, it probably would have been somewhere over here, like just a 60% lower. But still, something to keep in mind that if we're reaching 150, we are in line with peak diminishing returns.
Very interesting. All right.
Yeah, I of course want to get in later today as low as possible. I want to see a pullback here. I really want to get in below my line. So I am praying that we fall below 97,800, and that's my entry later today. So this way, all I did was avoid sleepless nights, and I'm back in at identical or slightly lower price than I exited.
I might go nuts. I got to go to bed, but I could if we pull back sharply and get it back inside that box, I might change this from a 10x to a 15 to 20x position and double it.
I wouldn't do that, but
That's
especially
fair.
if you're going to sleep, right? Like if you were just waking up, I wouldn't mind, but not if you're going to sleep.
I got a 3K I got a 3K buffer between my the entry and my mark price.
That's not bad.
And
Yeah, if you
right,
set the
right,
if you set the right trailing stop, sure.
I think so too. Yeah.
This is the S&P 500. It is rallying today. We are about to close at a new all-time high. That's great. And yeah, everything is looking good. Look at this. So after all the potential mismatch between S&P and Bitcoin, they are about to break to new all-time highs on the same candle on the same day. So correlation is still there. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. And gold too. Gold is close to its all-time high as well. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to glance at is the US dollar. And you can see how the US dollar is on a weekly MRI top, which probably helps Bitcoin. The DXY is beautiful with the MRI. The last time we had an MRI buy, yes, we went a smidge lower, but we never printed a red star candle and we went higher. And you look at the prior path, perfect MRI top, perfect MRI buy. And then the prior MRI buy was really good, didn't make it quite to an MRI top. So, and look at another MRI top. These MRI tops in the USD have been perfect. And while I don't think there's any kind of relevant correlation between the US dollar and Bitcoin, it certainly helps when the US dollar drops for Bitcoin to rise. I'm not going to deny that. Okay. So, you know, the last 3 weeks of the blow off MRI top, Bitcoin slowed down its rise. If the US dollar is dropping, of course, it helps Bitcoin. I don't think it helps Bitcoin in a relative way, but it certainly doesn't hurt, right? It's kind of like, as an example, as my best analogy here. You're driving a car on an empty road, right? And you're driving, 50 miles an hour, whatever your kilometers are. You're driving on a highway and it's an empty road, right? Does the wind matter? Not really, right? If the wind is blowing at your car or the wind is blowing on the back of your car, it doesn't make a material difference to your speed, but it helps a little, right? So this is kind of how I see the US dollar move. It's 98% irrelevant, but it doesn't hurt.
It would help a lot on my car. My car weighs about 500 kilo.
Right. Yeah, someone you can almost bench press your car.
Yeah.
All right. And on this note, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I don't think there's anything else to look at. I like this pullback in Bitcoin's dominance. Just sets it up for just lots of tiers in the shitcoin space.
Fantastic.
All right, and the ETFs are doing great. BlackRock is if we close really high today, on Monday, BlackRock is breaking 500,000 Bitcoin, which is really impressive. The rest of them are still struggling. Like ARK has been flirting with 50,000 Bitcoin for like 6 months. Okay. Meanwhile, BlackRock 6 months ago was like 300,000. That's the difference here. And same thing with Fidelity. He's been flirting with 200,000 for like 3 to 4 months. Back when BlackRock was like 350. And BlackRock is just completely dominating. It is not even fair. Everything else should pretty much just shut down and give it to BlackRock. All right. Thank you all for watching, guys, and see you all on the next one. Oh yeah, people are saying Russia removed the value-added tax on Bitcoin, and they're now treating it as property. So I guess they're gonna add capital gains tax. I don't really know the tax structure in Russia, but again, it certainly helps. Everything helps. Like every little thing helps, right? And wait till next year. Wait till companies start putting Bitcoin on their balance sheets, because Michael Saylor is clearly continuing to just print fiat and buy Bitcoin. All right, now I'm going to shut up.
All right. I've got nothing else to add. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Black Friday.